So Opetaia wins again. Is he the best cruiserweight in the world? I'd say so. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to Tommy Edson. I hope you're all well. So yeah, just finished watching the Opetaia fight in Australia, Gold Coast, and yeah, a great fight. His opponent Nyika, David Nyika, or Nyika, however you pronounce it. Yeah, look, I think he came to fight. I think the first round, he was definitely getting in there, and they were exchanging blows, and I thought he looked bigger. He actually looked bigger than Opetaia, and I thought he looked stronger in the first round as well. Although they were both landing, and he was getting inside as well, and he was sort of messing it up a little bit. It wasn't going Opetaia's own way. And in the second round, I thought it was much the same, although Opetaia started to land a little bit more. They were both landing, I thought. They were both catching each other, but Opetaia was doing it more. So by the second round, you could see that Opetaia was just starting to find his way and starting to maintain a bit of distance. Definitely in the third round, maintain a bit more distance as well. But I tell you what, David Nyika, he came to fight as well. But there you can start to see the gas tank just running out a little bit. And then Opetaia took over. And by the third round, but certainly by the fourth round, it was all she wrote, really. But I tell you what, it was entertaining. I was really enthralled. And initially, for that first round, I thought, oh, hello, this could this might be a tougher test than I thought it was going to be. But fair play to Opetaia. Is he the best fighter in the cruiserweight division? It's hard to say until you match him up with the likes of Zerdo or anybody else, but you can't argue with the way he sort of demolished his opponent Nyika. It's kind of poetry, really, and there's a lot of strength there, and you can see he can go up through the levels and go through the gears, as many people would say. And yeah, he was certainly feeding his way in the first round. That you could see it coming on in the second, then in the third, and by the fourth, it was as I say, all she wrote. Really, really impressive. They were saying on the commentary that he is Takeshik's favourite fighter right now, and he probably should have been for a while, really. And he's had a few fights now under the Riyadh season banner. A couple were kind of just mismatched, really. I thought one was pretty decent, but he didn't really turn up for that fight. So I want to say it was a decent contest, or not as clear cut for him. But I'd say in the last couple of fights, he's been absolutely fantastic. So yeah, they want to try and get it on with Zerdo for I think May, isn't it? They want to try and get that one and unify it. I mean, look, we want to try and get this undisputed for them as if they can possibly do it. They've been talking for a long time about him going up to heavyweight. I mean, I just want to see him clean up. I mean, after the fight, the Heady, typical old Heady, getting in there, saying, going up to the heavyweight and really challenging Alexander Usyk as well for a one-off fight, for the undisputed heavyweight. And look, even if that were to happen, I just don't think that would, I don't know, would it really solidify Opetaia in the heavyweight division where there are so many other heavyweights that haven't really been given an opportunity, and then you take the likes of somebody like, I don't know, Daniel Dubois, Martin Bakole, whoever else you want to think about in the heavyweight division, who are that sort of next generation coming through, and then you think, could he even match any of those guys? I'm not so sure he would. I mean, let alone going in with Alexander Usyk. Now, if Usyk came back down to cruiserweight, and then you think, well, okay, because that's the intention, wasn't it, really, from Usyk, or that's what he was suggesting that he might do, then maybe get this on before Opetaia has to go up to heavyweight. But does he even need to go up to heavyweight? This is my argument. Yeah, maybe that's where the money is, but the heavyweight division is quite respectable right now. So I think it might be the wrong time. Okay, we are kind of talking 18 months, 2 years down the line, but definitely get this whole division unified, or certainly for him to be undisputed. I think that's the way to go. In terms of the undercard, I thought there were some decent fights under there as well. I thought the Mahoney-Zhang fight was a decent fight. That went in the distance, Mahoney winning that. I thought the main support wasn't that great. Justice Hunis just overpowered his opponent there. And I thought, wow, that was a bit of a mismatch, really, in terms of styles and the way he was fighting. But look, it is what it is. And as I say, just from my eyes on it, I just thought, it was a bit of a mismatch. I thought McIntyre against Saman was actually a decent fight until McIntyre took over. He looks like a great fighter, actually, McIntyre, a great future ahead of him as well. So that was good. So that was good eyes on watching. But the heavyweights in the earlier rounds, Tera Moana, I mean, I think he got his KO in the first round. I mean, he looks the business. But again, it's so hard to tell, really, because he's had, 6-7 fights now or whatever it is. And he's knocking them out for fun. But, it's always that same thing, who is he actually fighting? And so he needs to step up in levels, of course he does, and really find an opponent that's going to give him a big challenge. But obviously he's got the height, he's got the power there, and he's got the skills, it seems. I did think he was leaving himself wide open, and a better opponent was probably going to tag him. But listen, who knows at this stage. But I'll say, listen, the undercard I thought was great. It's a great watch. I was watching on DAZN this morning. It was really interesting to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and start watching the boxing. But there we go. So that's the way it was. But, obviously we're talking about time difference here. But the main event, Opetaia, I was a bit concerned going into the fight, thinking, 3 weeks notice. Nyika, I just didn't think, there was a lot of backstory there. There was a lot of trying to hype this up. And I thought, I'm not too sure if this is going to be a great fight. Then from the first battle, I thought, oh, wow, this is actually a decent fight. It's a bit dirty in there. It's a bit dirty boxing. There's a few low blows coming in from both fighters as well. I thought Opetaia was hitting the bout or just below the bout a few times as well. Nyika caught him a couple of times, I think, in the first round as well, which he gestured to the ref, but I just don't think the ref saw it at all. But I'd say then it sort of developed, as I say, Opetaia just took over. And who next? Well, Zerdo, and I just hope that whoever he fights next, he gets a really great display as well for him and for, the whole of the boxing world as well. But I was like, it was a great watch there this morning on DAZN. All the action coming from Gold Coast in Australia. And decent undercards, some decent fights there, I thought as well. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, well, just keep on watching the videos and I'll catch you again. Right, let's get back in the warm. Catch you again. Bye now.